Right now, you're checking out Pyro Radio, me, J Fresh, live in the place, playing the latest and, of course, the greatest in hip-hop and grime. But it's not just about me, it's about musicians, artists, producers, people doing major bits right now. Now, most phone interviews I do, people are like me, stuck in the studio, the air conditioning's broken, it's just a myth. Certain people are out enjoying the Spanish sunshine, like my guy MILLI Major on the phone. What's happening, bro?
Come on, I'm there, man. Big bombastic, and I'm serious. Come back, baby, for the face. You know the vibe. Shout out my guy, J Fresh, man. Man's just out here, man. Man's just paper pub still. We're just living La Vida Loca right now. I'm saying in Tenerife right now, my brother. You get me? Just grabbing a quick food. Gonna go check out my brother, Big Nasty's, flipping Rita, innit, with a plug.
Sick, man. So describe my settings. I'm in a small room. I can't have the window open because people are cutting the grass outside. Explain to me what you can see right out there in sunny Spain.
Right now, I'm in Subway, and there's about 5 guys with fake watches. They're trying to sell them to me outside. Unfortunately, I'm not by the beach right now. I just got to eat. We keep it real though, Jay. You know what I'm saying? I could have said, yeah, I was somewhere else, but yeah, right now I've got 5 geezers trying to sell me watches outside of my outside the shop right now, bro. And they're all fake.
I respect the authenticity, man. I love that. Now, we've got a lot to talk about, but first and foremost, I'm someone who loves watching people's Instagram, yeah? I love watching the IG captions as well. Do you know what?
Yeah.
So when someone puts up an IG caption saying, making big moves this year and it's getting my dick hard, I know that they've got a lot in store.
Yeah.
Do you know
yeah, come on. Hey, no. Shout out my brody Mac for that one. My brody Mac 45. You get me? He's my bro still. He's a caption king still. I have to get that one from him still, but I was feeling myself like that at the time, you get me? I just remember that caption there, so I'd come back. But yeah, obviously I had him on there though still to let me know that's my brody. Sort of that one still, you get me?
It's all good, man. So right now is a really, really exciting time for you in terms of your career. Major Paper is doing bits right now. I want to say it's a movie, but at 12 minutes it's kind of like a movie snippet. So let's jump straight into that. When did Major Paper first come around as an idea for you, and how long have you been working on it?
Basically, last year, October, I saw Jamie doing this grime MC thing, and I saw that it was Jamie's grime MC. It was an album, but it was more something for the culture. So I thought like, wow, I wanted to do something that was more for a cultural thing, not just for me as well, you get me? I thought, wow, what can I do? Like, yeah. Then I just thought, wow, you know what? Wow, if I do a film, I can include, like, I've got a lot of friends that are influencers and stuff like that. I thought, no, I can include them. They might not necessarily be on my music, but as a project on the whole, for the culture, it's something that like, we will all push together. You know what I mean? So I said, yeah, let me, So I thought, right, I know what, yeah. But I've never thought about doing a film before. You get me?
Ah, that's interesting. Because I was going to ask how long have you wanted to before, but now the landscape is open, so we can do it, or is it? You said it's quite recent there. So was there like something that? Where did it come around at all?
In my life.
No.
No, in October. Last year October. I swear to God, on my life.
So literally came to you then, and you went, "Let's just do it. Let's connect." It's a bigger picture moment right now. Yeah.
You're gonna ask all my friends, my cousins, my brothers, my mum, whoever. I've never spoken to any of them about doing no film before, bro. That's what was the big shock factor for people around me. Right, I've never spoken. I talk about music all the time, and other things that I might want to do, clothing, all of that. That's not. People are less surprised at like the Rizzlers and the fucking, and pardon my French, the bombastic juices and the popcorn. People are less surprised at them than it was about the film. I mean, my close people around me anyway. You know what I mean? So yeah, like I've never spoken about it before. But yeah, last October, man, I got that idea. Just thought about doing it. I shouted my cousin Paper Pabs. Then I shouted my brethren Lippy Lip Shop. Like, because they're the first 2 characters I thought of. And I just started from them, man. Both of them were just fully on it. They didn't even know what it was going to turn out to be. You know what I'm saying? So I love them for that. You know what I'm saying?
That's an interesting point. So when it comes to, not only writing, but the directing and the casting as well, is in which actors to choose and why. You've outlined who you picked there at the start and that they were who you had in mind. But in terms of the whole movie, was it how difficult was it to cast the actors?
These I've never done this thing before, yeah? Like, I think I've done it different to what I was used to do. Because the script is not like, I'm not writing about like some astronaut in space or aliens or no guy looking in a wardrobe. Because he made the paper. This is about the streets. I'm from the streets. This is my actual life. So I've got my friends, people that I know in the industry, might not even necessarily be on the road like that, but I know they can potentially play a character that I know from road. I've just done that, and I've written the script with characters in mind. Some people, Pabs, Cant, Mickey, like, I wrote their part knowing that's them, like, because I talk to them every day. Like, you get me, like, Sympathy is my bro, like, I chat to him every day. Pabs, my cousin, chat to him every day. Lippy, chat to Lippy all the time. Watch all Lippy's podcasts, all these interviews. I know how Lippy talks, you get me? So I've done it like that. I haven't done that, and then there's been other characters that I've like, because I thought, he might work, or other characters I didn't even know who I was going to get, where I had to actually get paid actors. For example, the boy who plays with Sean, Joshua, he's a recommendation to a very close friend of mine. He's actually a professional actor. You know what I mean? This is his thing. Like, so people there was a couple people where I didn't know who was going to play them. Like, for example, the Sean character, like, he's getting punched up and beaten up on. I don't have no friends like that. That get handed up like that. You get me?
Yeah.
None of my friends won't be able to play that character well. You get what I'm saying? But like a professional actor, he knows what to do that, and he's trying to give his best performance in it. So he's going to do it with enthusiasm, with a different passion. So
you've got that balance and authenticity in that role. I hear that. Yeah. Yeah, man. So in terms of the reception so far, because obviously it's only dropped a short while, 100,000 plus views already on the YouTube.
Yeah, in a week, man.
Exactly, which is crazy. A lot of people talking about it. How have you, when you said obviously the idea came to you is you just wanted to do it, it was for the culture, it was time, let's just do it. When it came to actually dropping it and putting it live, was there any kind of expectations or anything around that? You were like, do you know what, this is what I'm doing, it's out there, let it just like grow, do you know what I mean?
On the day it dropped, 2009, he said, in his own word, my nigga, how much are you expecting for this to be? And bro, so long as that was 100 bags, 150 bags, I'm cool.
Then we're nice. Yeah,
I'm over 100 bags, you know.
And now what I find interesting is that, YouTube comments are only they're only half the discussion kind of thing, but you scroll through and you see the interaction and people sharing it online, and the overwhelming energy and message for a lot of people is, when's the next part? Or what's next? And I'm sure it's a question you've been asked enough times, so I have to ask.
Part 2 is coming very, very soon, yeah? Part 2 is going to be, obviously it's going to be longer, because like, this one's very short, isn't it? Part 2 is going to be longer still, but it's coming very soon, yeah, still.
That's good to hear, man. I'm looking forward to catching that. And there's a long tradition. It's going to be bigger, better. Obviously, with this one here, I was supposed to have a premiere at a cinema, but they had to get scrapped because of Corona. Yeah,
the next one, going to have a premiere, and I've got your invite there as well, my brother.
100%, man. I'd love to check it out, man. Definitely. Yeah. And it's been it's a long known thing that films, movies, they have soundtracks. It's part and parcel with 99% of movies. So with yourself as well, we've got the official soundtrack coming. And there's a lot of unreleased material on there, and I'm just looking through the list of the features. Nines Flirt, Tion, Nasty, Screwfizzer, Heartless Bushkin. A lot of people on there, it's dope. But Drillers is the one at the moment that's out there. I mean, first and foremost, bro, congrats. The tune's heavy. The tune's heavy.
Thank you very much, man. Thank you, man. Thank you, man.
And in
who do you think had the best verse? You can't. Pabs and Bossman are my cousins, innit? So I'm happy either way. When we say me, when we say Pabs, when we say Bossman, who you want to go first though? Who's your personal preference?
Boss Man's hard on it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. My guy, you know. My man. Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? You put me on the spot. They're asking me to pick verses like that. It's a difficult thing to put out there.
You're a DJ, bud.
But yeah, man. I mean, when I first, obviously, I'm part of the 10-letter team, innit? So you know, when the records come over, and I'm like, do you know what? This is sounding good out there. I'm looking forward to everything dropping around it and it moving forward. But what I'm interested in is this is the first time you've obviously dropped music around with a proper visual. I don't mean a music video. I mean like the movie attached to that. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. It's something I've never done before.
Exactly.
So I know with that, all of that in it. I know. You know what it is like. Obviously, so I know. Basically, you're saying because you have a personal interest in the thing, you're excited about the whole project. So you can't just say who's got the best verse. It's not about that. It's about the whole film and
because it's
you're appreciating the whole product as a whole, basically.
Yeah. That's the thing because you know we live in a world now where like you hear a record and you're like, yeah, it's hard, and then you see the music video and you're like, yeah, that matches. It's consistent. It works. But because you've got the bigger visual attached to it as well, I mean, to me, it is all, like I said, it's all mixed up in a very positive way. But for you, how have you found, has the reception to the track itself been different? Is there a different type of energy around the whole soundtrack when that drops on August the 14th?
The only thing...
Yeah.
Everything about the tune's hard. I love it. The reception's sick. People didn't expect to hear Bloodline on the Drew record. The only thing is, 90s fans are calling me because it says featuring 9. That's not my fault, bro. That's Glenn Bailey. Featuring 9 on the video. Yeah, bruv, yeah. 9 is not on it, bruv. He's on the intro, but at the same time, what do you want man to do, bruv? He's on the tune, innit, bruv, innit? He's on the intro, innit?
Yeah.
9, you don't mess with a lot of people, bro. There's not... Get me one other grime MC that's got 9s on anything.
Exactly. And you can't please everyone anyway. You can't please everyone. Do you know what I mean? You can't. No. You've done your thing, you put it out there, you keep it moving, the energy's right, it's moving in the right direction, it's all that stuff. I've got some quotes here from you. One from, am I right in thinking when you were younger your drama teacher gave you some negative energy, saying that you wouldn't be involved in anything drama based?
I'm gonna beat her up, bro.
Go on.
Miss Sean from Kingsley told me I can never have anything to do with drama. Never.
Mad.
That's mad.
You've proved
it. Me, bro.
But that energy, that negative energy, like, I don't get that.
No, but if I told you why she said it, bro, you'd be like, nah, man. Bro, see my school, yeah, in drama, they made you wear toasty socks in it, yeah, so you don't slip on the floor, yeah. But my mum never had money like that, so I never had toasty. I couldn't. I'm saying they're expensive, bro. They're like £10 for a pair of socks. My mum's going mad that. Because if you ain't got toasties, then you have to be barefoot. Bro, my toes are a mad thing, bro. My toes are a mad thing. I got yatties in my class, like the small cuts that I fancy. Can't be doing that. So I used to go mad so I don't have to do it. Like I'm being shy to do certain things, you get me? So I kind of, if she didn't, I tried to tell her one time, she weren't really hearing what my mum was saying, innit? But yeah, man, she weren't really a really nice person anyway, man. Coming out with that anyway, so she...
Well, again, you've turned that negative energy into such a positive now with where you are. And like you said, it's not just music, which is the objective of this project. You're highlighting some crazy talent, like you said, musicians, directors, actors, photographers, videographers, BTS, all of that stuff. Highlighting there's so much great energy and skill in the community, man.
It's amazing that, for me, it was amazing that I could do this all by myself. No one helped me, bro. You know, like, Berkeley don't help me. Everyone helped me around me. All my friends helped me, yeah. But I've done this all by myself. Bro.
And that's what's so impressive, man. Like, I'm not just gassing it, but anything that you put together and deliver yourself, you know, with your personal contacts, the people that you've connected with and worked with over time, the people that you're, you know, paying for and putting money into and stuff. That's hard. Yeah. And a lot of people don't see the energy and effort and expense in terms of time and money behind the scenes. They just see the finished product. So when you're telling me You know what I mean? When you're telling me at the start of this interview,
how we do it as well. You know what I mean?
And when you're telling me at the start of this interview that the idea came to you less than a year ago, and you've never put together a project like this at all, ever, let alone on the scale and, you know, your friends and family and the people around you've involved and who they are and what they represent. It is a sick achievement, man.
I just want to big them up as well, man, because without my friends and family, bro, this would never have been possible, bro. I'm telling you from now, bro. Like, yes, I've done it all by myself in that sense as well, but if it weren't for my people, then, bro, like, this would never happen, bro. Like, and I'm so grateful for everyone that get me, from Pabs to fucking Bossman to flipping Lippy to Tempety to Nines to Tion Wayne to Big Nasty. Like, they're my brothers for life, bro. I'm telling you now, bro. Like, listen. I don't know if you can even hear it in my voice, bro. It's like a genuine thing. I'm not saying it. Nothing. Forget the music aspect, bro. They're trying to help me change my life, bro. I've been out here. I've done the most things, bro. When I was younger, I sold every kind of drug growing up, bro. And like, I used to be out on the road. Like, I used to rob shutters, bro. Like, get me. I've changed my life around so much, bro. Sometimes I look back and I sit back and I just want to cry, bro. I'll be honest with you, bro. Then I'll come a long way from. Like, so, like, when I see comments saying certain things and all that, I brush it off. You get me? Because when I talk to my mum and I was showing her articles of me and the voice, and like the quotes I'm saying, she remembers when I come home and I said that, my future. So it means a lot. It's deeper than this. Like, when I'm with my cousin now, we're in Tenerife, like, you know what I'm saying? Beautiful women, eating good.
Living good, living good.
We're in a scummy place right now, we're in Subway right now, but we're doing the Subway thing all the time. Because we're flying out a couple of things. I was saying, it's just the other day to get it, but yeah, man.
Yeah, wicked, man.
You know what I'm saying?
Well, what I think's dope about that is not only your humble attitude towards it and towards everything you've gone through and experienced in your musical journey, but also life, but you've got that ability to reflect, you know, and with the pandemic and corona and everything around that, what I'm finding with a lot of people is it's given a lot of us time to think about things, because normally we're on the go so much with music and deadlines and everything around that and all that madness. So the fact that you've been able to reflect so honestly and openly like you just have done is amazing, man. And I think it's dope when people are listening to radio like now, they can really connect with them and resonate. Do you know what I mean? This doesn't happen overnight. This isn't a straight line where everything went to plan. Like, life isn't like that. You've just got to keep rolling, keep pushing forward. So in terms of your musical journey within grime and everything around that, what are the kind of biggest things you feel you've learned on your journey?
That nobody cares, work harder.
Yes. Say it louder for the people in the back.
The one of the most prominent lessons that I've learned in this game is that nobody cares, work harder. And it's a shame. Like, that's why I feel so grateful, because there's been times when I've worked really, really hard, bro. Really hard, like, you know what I'm saying? And it's like, I didn't have the support that I've got right now, you get me? Or people weren't feeling as passionate about supporting me as they are now. Even my social ones, bro, that's not down to them. That might be down to me. What I'm doing isn't a good representation of me and people around me, or what they're doing to, you know what I'm saying? But now, what I'm doing, they feel genuinely proud within their hearts. This is my guy, this is my bro, this is my cousin, this is my friend, this is my where to say. You know what I'm saying? Even my exes, this is my ex. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's mad,
you've been getting those messages. You've been getting them DMs. Yo, what's happening? It's been a while.
The DMs, those are standard there. But I'm saying like the public ones now.
Oh wow, ones, like, fully on the timeline.
No, bro, I'm getting the, like, this is like, so, like, my exes, like, when putting up my videos or, like, my film, and I'm like, yo, that's dope. Like, you get me? I'm proud of that, bro. Like, and they're not, I'm not saying this to try and belittle them. I'm saying it on the thing where, like, I think that is so sick, because I remember the times I've done joints and, like, even girls that I'm linking won't want to put it at girls that moved at the time. You get me? So it's like, man, it's dope, man.
Well, that's, man, there's a lot of good energy and love around what's happening at the moment around you, around Major Paper and the music associated, which is dope to see. But something that's popped off recently, and I want to get your input on this. And obviously with Wiley, things were said, and subsequently he has had everything locked off. Every digital, all his music, his back catalogue, social media, everything has been locked off. What are your personal thoughts about the quick reaction in terms of his musical history just being stripped from the internet?
Can you brief me on this one here before Jay? I'm honest with you, mate. Boom. Basically, yeah. In a nutshell, what he said there wasn't said in the best way. Mm-hmm. Yeah. That's what I will say. It wasn't said in the best way. Yeah. Like, he's not racist. It's just how he said it. It just wasn't in the best way. He shouldn't have said it like that at all. No right to say it like that at all. Considering he's a figure that so many people look up to. So, like, you know what I'm saying? So he's such a powerful figure. He should have said that. Like, his words mean a lot. You know what I mean? And maybe he doesn't realise how much his words mean. But one thing I will say, me personally, I think he clearly needs help. Yeah. And everything what they're doing to him right now is not trying to get someone help that needs it. Now you're stopping the income and stuff like that. Like, cool, like, he had an opinion which was a bit extreme, yeah. Like, but that was one opinion he gave which was extreme, and in comparison to the amount of people I've seen him give extreme opinions, and they've just got the freedom to do what they want. It's crazy, man. I think, like, get me, and his views weren't inciting or violence. It might be, it definitely was. Not might have been. It was inciting hatred towards a specific community within the earth that we live in. But it wasn't inciting violence. And then also on top of that, his frustrations were coming from people who he's worked with personally, and when he broke it down. So then, like, for him getting his words mixed up in that aspect, his whole legacy has just been. It's a shame, bro. It's a shame. Like, I wish anyone talked to him. I wish they could talk to him and get him to. You get what I'm saying? An apology ain't enough in it for people, innit? So that will never be fixed. But it's just some way if he could just come back and maintain his career or something, have some kind of presence again. You know what I'm saying? Or just have a little bit of something to hold on to, because they just totally whitewashed him away, man. And it's sad because, like I said, there's people that actually spew disgusting things for, like hatred on a daily basis, and they've still got their social media accounts.
That's the thing. That's the thing that got me most, because, like, a lot of us, like, my head is spinning about so much that's happened, especially online and cancel culture and all this stuff. But the thing that I put up on Twitter is, I said, I'm not defending what anybody said. Yeah, I believe in, like, the equality and respect to everybody regardless. But the number of times we've seen high-profile people who happen to be white, who've said the craziest things, and it's taken them years to be taken offline, or they're still active on other platforms, and yet it moved so quickly with him. I was like, you need to have it consistent. Do you know what I mean?
It's wrong. They shouldn't have actually done that, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? But obviously it happens, innit? You know what I'm saying? Like he shouldn't have said what he said, and I think they went a bit far with, like, in terms of, like, banning him from YouTube. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I think that's a bit far, but who am I? Like, I'm not a politician. I was going to say it before I get my answer as well. I'm not a politician. Like, fucking, I'm not an influencer. I've just started writing films. Like, I'm a rapper. Like, I'm a businessman, bro. Like, I don't, like, you get what I'm saying? This isn't my forte, but I do have an opinion. You get me? And I think we should be allowed to voice our opinion. Like, how he was, you know what I mean? But then look, so freedom of speech has been taken away from us now. But if I get into things, bro, I can't afford for them to shut down my thing, though. I ain't.
I know. And the thing is, though, is there's only so much time we can talk about things before it becomes like a long format, separate discussion. Do you know what I mean? But it's important for me, and it's important for people listening, you know, to get your input on those things, and you know, that can make them think and go, I see now where MILLI's coming from, and actually I didn't think of that before, but you saying that in this discussion gets people thinking and conversating, which is part of the challenge. Do you know what I mean? But yeah, listen, thank you so much for joining us here on Pyro Radio today. We're gonna get into the brand new track of yours right now from the film.
You know how bad it was, Jay? Sorry to stop you. I forgot we was even on radio, bro. So, interviews. You're a G, bro. You're a D, bro. That's how interviews should be done, bro. That's how interviews should be done, bro. It's not like I was talking to my brother on the phone, bro. Hope I didn't say too much.
No, bruv. Listen, not enough. Like I said, when radio's up and running, proper live, you're back in the country. We'll get you in the studio. We'll do some live stuff, play some rhythms, spit some bars, talk about the next instalment of the film. Do you know what I mean? Like, we're here now. We connected, the platform and me. I'm always here for supporting stuff that I really believe in, man. So the connection's there, bro.
My man, you know. Thank you very much, brother, man. I appreciate it, man.
Nah, you're welcome. Well, thanks a lot for your time, bro. Obviously, we've finished recording now. So, yeah, man, there's some really good insight in there, bro. I'm excited to play it out on air and get people really listening to your story and everything around the film, man. It's dope. It's dope.
Yeah, no, man. I just tried to be honest with you, man.
That's sick. Really, really good. Well, listen, bro, I'm going to go and open the window in my boarding hot room. You go and enjoy Tenerife, yeah? You go and enjoy that sunshine and living your best life. Don't think about me out here.
You're my guy, you know. Don't watch that, man. Yeah, no. We'll link up soon anyway, cuz, innit?